go. Well.
Y'all.
Yeah, I know the game's not officially over, but let me start off by saying I am sick as a dog. I'm having a rough day trying to soldier through it. So if I start coughing or something in the mic, I apologize. Not a positive showing at all. I practically everything that came out of fall camp and fall practice proved itself to be untrue. That
couldn't have been much worse, honestly.
Everything that was a problem last year was a problem again today. Gus Malzahn seems to have just did exactly what Oklahoma did. The only positive out of today is that I had a tweet do 10 million views of Ryan Day with a nipple piercing, which, by the way, that's not true. That's not real. I photoshopped it. This is a tough one. Something's not right. Something's off. I think something's been off for a while. I don't have any confidence in this 4-2-5 defense moving forward. It can't stop the run. I don't think it would have mattered if Tim Keenan played.
No. The tackling was so poor everywhere. The linebacker play was terrible. We were taking bad angles, a lot of arm tackles. I was calling out Baylor last night for all the arm tackles. Man, we were just arm tackling left and right. Ty had a rough game. He didn't have a lot of time. He was running for his life a lot, but he panicked quite a bit. Missed several open throws that he had. Didn't have a lot, but had some. The fourth down play that he didn't run for, and then threw a one hop to Ryan there. And Ryan Williams is awful. He has become awful. I don't understand what's going on with him. He is not the dynamic player we saw the first half of last year. I mean, he's dropping balls left and right. He's one-arming balls. Something's missing in Ryan Williams. I don't know what it is. Something's missing there.
Well, let's start with the most obvious thing and the thing that's going to get covered up because everybody's going to want to talk about Alabama. This is not the same FSU team, obviously, as last season. There are going to be defenses who can stop this offensive attack. Ours is not it. And I'll go ahead and say, in our sense, we're going to face several teams who are going to do this exact same thing to us.
Yes, we are.
The right side of that line we knew was going to be I don't want to say it was supposed to be good, but we knew it would be the weaker part of the offensive line. Formby had a rough game. It's kind of hard to look back at Jalen Milroe now and blame a lot of what people blamed on him. Ty was doing the exact same thing. And so the problem is in the trenches on both sides. The pass rush was virtually not there.
We did.
Offensive line.
Yes, Connor, we did laugh at Castellanos.
We did. Everybody did. I mean, we did.
Yes.
And
I'll be eating crow tomorrow at church.
Yeah, I'll eat it. Yeah, I'll eat my crow, man. That Florida State, I have not seen a team play with that much aggression and passion in a very, very long time. Those dudes were flying around. Those dudes were hitting. I mean, we had so many players go out.
Earl Little Jr. looked just like his dad. He was laying bodies out until he knocked himself out.
Yeah, Earl Little Jr. was insane. We'll say they're about to rush the field, so that still is a thing.
It's new. Beat Alabama, storm the field. That's
I feel
what
like
people do.
I feel like Alabama needs a little bit of a wake-up call. Kalen DeBoer has a serious problem on his hands. I don't necessarily know.
He needs to coach.
Well, I don't think it's just that. I think that, first of all, Kane Womack is struggling, man. He's struggling. There was a lot of confidence
built for this.
Yeah, there was a lot of confidence built into Kalen DeBoer in his second year, and there's just some decisions that have been made. He is now 3 and what on the road, or 2 and
4
on the road at Alabama. Yeah, there's some serious issues. I think that you kind of got to look at everything. I mean, there was nothing that worked. The bright spot was Jeremy Bernard, which I've talked about him a lot the past couple of months and how reliable he is and how he was last season. But this Alabama team is a shell of what the expectation is for Alabama football now. There's going to be room to grow. There's coachable stuff, but this team, if it does not figure out what it's going to be, what it's going to do, they're going to go 6-6. And that is that's wild. And I keep seeing it. I'm not putting it up on the screen because some of you are using pretty bright language, which is fine. Let it out in the chat. I just won't put it up on the screen. But a lot of comments about this team being soft, and it looks that way. It feels that way.
There were several instances of that.
Yeah. It just not being able to stop, that ground game, man. I'm going to look at the box score really quick. I don't want to look at it, but I'm going to look at it. Let's see here.
I don't know. We had him dead to right several times. He would elude the first tackler, and then, Lawson would be a step or two short or behind. I don't know if he's 100% healthy. He was definitely the slower running back.
I'm going to bring this up on screen here, Jeff.
No interruption.
Sorry, guys. Here we go. Yeah. So Alabama gives up 230 on the ground. Absolutely atrocious. Their third down efficiency was bad. I mean, Florida State's wasn't great. Going for it on fourth down, I know that they kind of had to late in their game, but going for it as much as they had earlier in the game was pretty abhorrent. Like, I just didn't understand some of the thinking. Chris is here. Chris, man, how you feeling?
30 rushing yards. God.
Yeah. Dude. Chris, how you feeling, man?
When we getting rid of the coach? I'm damn.
Which one? The defensive coach?
He was.
Soon.
He was.
No, well, it all starts at the top of the food chain, and I'm damn tired of seeing him stand there on the damn sideline looking like a fool.
He looks like Shula. He's giving me Shula vibes with confused look
he
on
looks
his face
like
and never doing anything.
Like. He stands there like a red-faced ass kid that just got in trouble and don't do shit.
Hey, check the private chat.
It better be a joke. Whatever it says. We can't say that on the air.
That's exactly what it says. Yeah. I get it, man. I'm mad too.
No, but it's every. Oh, Jeff left. They got Jeff.
He's got people at the house. They
got Jeff.
Jeff. So
no, it's ridiculous.
Dropping words.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, like the thing is you've got really brilliant people that had access to this team in fall camp. Josh Pate being one of them, and what they saw was very, very, very exciting. So it's interesting to me that they came out and just really
why does that product not reflect on the field during a game?
Well, it starts with, like you said, it starts with coaching staff. I think the coaching staff there's something happening in preparation for Alabama to go on the road. That is just not. It's not there. It's not good. It's not there. I can't put my finger on it, but it's hard because it's embarrassing to watch. We knew that this game was going to be tougher than a lot of people thought. A lot of people expected this to just be a blowout, but there's still discipline issues, and that's what nobody's going to talk about. But there's still discipline issues. Alabama worked themselves back up into one possession, right? I'm like, okay, here we go. They're going to get a stop. They get the stop, and you get the 15-yard personal foul penalty. This is bad. I don't want to sugarcoat it because I also don't want to crap on the team, but
here I'll crap on them.
It's bad.
Okay, here's the problem. Your offensive line. Ty Simpson was okay, but he had to run for his life. I'm going to say 95% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm. So some of those he was bailing.
Somewhat,
not all of them. Not all of them.
I mean,
yeah.
The O-line is crap. The defense, I don't know where they are. Number 0, Lawson. We watched him give up on just about every play.
Yeah, I don't want to make excuses for it, but you could tell Lawson wasn't 100%.
Yeah,
He don't need to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
JJ took some bad angles.
What does that go back to? It goes back to your head coach.
Yeah, this team was not prepared for this game,
No.
and Florida State was, absolutely was. And Tommy Castellanos, Lanos, whatever, he did exactly what they said they were going to do, right? I mean, he absolutely did.
I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, man. He was awful. He checked out.
The problem is the offense can't run straight through him. He had a couple of plays where he something big, but they're holding him and things like that. I mean, he had a sure thing touchdown there, but got the holding call or the passing.
I mean, he had some drops, and he's just not dynamic when he catches the ball. I mean, he's not going to have a lot of space, but they just don't seem to know what to do with him.
No, they don't.
They shifted him around, but then it would be a 4-yard route.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, there were 2 4th down plays that 4th and 5, and we threw the 4-yard route to Kevin Riley. And guess what? He was a yard short. When you throw the ball to the 4-yard route on 4th and 5, you're going to be short.
Sorry, Jeff. Something that was working for Alabama at first was that first long sustained drive. They had some success running the football. They got away from that. They got away from that quick, fast in a hurry. And then I think they're trying to get a little too cute with some stuff.
Yes.
Maybe it needs to be simplified. There's one play where you had Jeremy Bernard come down and I think it was Bernard. It might've been Ryan Williams. He's your running back. And they hand the ball off to him. Like,
no, it was Bernard.
That was Bernard.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
One play, we got 8 yards on 1st down, and then 3rd down, we did that fake reverse fadeaway jump shot pass that was like a 3-yard loss, and then got a false start on the next play, and it's 3rd and 13 when it was 2nd and 2 plays earlier.
Yeah,
get cute. Just Richard Young downhill for 2 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah. We've heard a lot from Kalen DeBoer and Kane Womack about Dijon Lee. And
Lee got cooked on that.
Yeah, he didn't look great. He's young. I will say he's a big dude. Big
Lance
guy.
is dead right. Squirrel makes 1 play a game, and that's it.
Yep.
Does nothing else. And he did that time.
Yep.
Kill Bill, there's supposed to be Ty Simpson, Tim Keenan, Parker Brailsford, and Deontay Lawson. But it's not there. It's once again not there. And I think that's on the head coaches. It starts with the head coach. It starts with his coordinators. Yeah, there's something wrong. I will say, look, Kalen DeBoer is in an impossible position. But this started under Nick Saban too. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that, but Alabama started that downward trend under Nick Saban.
They did, but you want me to tell you what's killed the game? Money.
Well, probably. I'm sure that's got a lot to do with it.
The brand at Alabama plus money, and these kids are complacent. That's all there is to it. And you want to tell me I'm wrong?
Their butt was on fire, and Alabama looked like they just got done taking a nap.
Yeah, and Florida State, you better believe every one of those kids they pulled out of the portal they paid. So I mean, what's the difference?
And then Roydell Williams running clean over
Florida
Lawson on that play.
Florida State has more to prove than anybody.
Well, I agree, and that's my point. Where's their juice? I mean, you look at the way Earl Little Jr. played in this game. He was the best player on the field outside of Tommy Castellanos for FSU. I mean, that kid played lights out football. What was his motivation? It was because of what happened to them last season. I got news for you. If Kalen DeBoer and the staff doesn't figure it out, Alabama's going to be sitting in that FSU boat. So they need to drop down to about 20, 21, 22, and they need to sit down there. And I mean, drop them clean out of the top 20. I'd fine if you drop them out of the top 25 right now. Because I mean, something's got to wake these guys up. Something's got to wake the coaching staff up. Something's got to wake them. Wake up. Because Oklahoma, Auburn, Vanderbilt, all 3 of those offenses are going to do the exact same thing FSU did today. So assuming what happens today happened then, that's 4 losses right there in your season. If you lose to Georgia, you lose to South Carolina. South Carolina is going to probably do very similar stuff. You're looking at potentially 6 losses this year, maybe 7.
Lance was right. Parker Brailsford was the leading rusher today.
Leading rusher.
You better figure it out. You know, it's funny because Tobias jumped in the live Thursday and he's like, I don't understand why you guys are so scared of Gus Malzahn. First of all, it's not being scared of Gus Malzahn. It's understanding that the headache he can create for Alabama. Right. And again, like I've been trying to tell people for weeks, there were folks in comment sections on videos going, you know, I don't understand why you're so high on FSU, because I'm not high on them. It's just not the same FSU team that it was last year, literally and figuratively. This is a different team. And first of all, I don't think Alabama knew how to scout for this team. I don't, because you're bringing in a new offensive coordinator, new faces. You know, Tommy Castellanos comes in from Boston College. I think they probably looked at a lot of Gus Malzahn stuff down at UCF and at Auburn, and they just did not have an answer. They did not have the personnel for this. And that's scary going the rest of the season. Very scary going the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah. Entire offseason to watch film. How the hell are you not ready for Gus Malzahn after 4 months and hours of film? And
because they don't know. Nobody. The biggest question mark in this game was, who is FSU going to be? Well, like, who are they? Yeah. Like, because
they do exactly what Gus does. Every offense Gus runs looks just like that.
Yeah.
Except they're not all quite as fast as Castellanos. You know, he was his initial first burst was pretty quick, and he was leaving people in his wake.
And John's hitting the nail on the head. It's that QB first run. They didn't have to throw the ball. They threw for 152 passing yards. That's it. That's all.
But, you know, and several of those, they were wide open. I mean, we didn't cover several of those completions. Guys were wide open. Yep. Third down ones.
Right.
Just a bad showing all around.
Lance, you absolutely should be right now. You should be. And so, I mean,
I don't know who we are. I don't know who the team, the identity. We have no identity, really.
No.
We didn't.
If Bama can't figure it out, it's going to really impact their recruiting.
You know what happened is when the scripted plays, when we ran out of scripted plays is when, you know, because the first drive, that 16-play drive was methodical. And the first 15 plays are usually always scripted plays, and then you got to start calling plays, and then that's where it went. I mean, we just didn't do anything after that.
Well, even Bray, to T's point, Bray had a rough game too, dude. Everybody had a rough game. I don't know if it's being on the road, first game jitters. I think it's probably a combination of all of it. Being unprepared, dude. Everybody had a rough game.
Maybe it's because the Boer wore a polo. I mean,
he got beaten his hoodie too last year.
Here's the thing, you know, what? I mean, I lost my train of thought. What was we saying? Oh, preparation. Yeah, nobody had a good game.
No, they didn't. But this is a great.
There you go, right there. Our offensive line, the O-line was horrible. I don't care.
Alabama
the same offensive line I did.
Alabama's not Alabama in the trenches right now. And, you know, you look at teams like Georgia. I mean, I'll even go and throw Texas in there, Ohio State, where they're most dominant, where their success comes from. It comes from the trenches. And Alabama has lost that. It's been progressively getting worse. Like I said, I can't remember who it is, but there's somebody in the comment section of every video talking about the offensive line and how the standard of the offensive line play has just deteriorated over the past 4 or 5 seasons since 2020, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. You know, and Bama's got to figure that out, man. They're going to get stronger as the year goes. The line play will. The offensive line, I don't have any faith in the defensive line right now. I don't have any
faith in our defense at all. They look slow.
Yeah, it did look slow. They look confused, slow, out of place. There was no sorry. I don't know, man. There was no fire. And that's rough, man. I don't know, Kill Bill. I don't know. There was a lot of people that were hyping up this team. A lot of people who, like I said, who had access to fall camp and fall scrimmage. I mean, Josh Pate has been extremely high. I mean, he probably knows more about football than most of us. And so We should have figured it out when Paul Feinbaum flipped the switch and said that this team was winning the national championship. We should have figured it out then. But yeah, they got to. Oh, Lance, I said it earlier. Yeah, Jefferson didn't play well. Nobody played well, man. No, yeah, be careful down there in Mac Daddy. Be careful at that party, man. Like, don't do anything crazy, okay? don't get hurt. Don't make any decisions that will ruin the rest of your life. We're just looking out for you.
For real.
Yeah, Kane Womack Gage was rough, man. That was a rough performance. I'm not really into listening to the excuses that are going to come. And so, Frank, you're saying I was the main guy hyping them up? I was telling you what guys like Josh Pate and everybody else were saying. Like, if you'll go back and listen to the videos, every time I say something, hey, Josh Pate said this, Josh Pate said that. Right? It comes from somewhere. We weren't at fall scrimmage. We weren't at fall camp.
No, we wasn't standing out there waving at players, walking to practice.
And look, man, it's a hard thing to predict, right? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. This is not anybody who does content's fault. This is on Alabama, the players and the coaching staff.
Yeah.
You nor me have any control over what that team does or how they perform.
I see a lot of people in the comments, kind of throwing shade at Ty Simpson. He was running for his life.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, what do they want him to do?
Yeah. Well, it starts with the offensive line, and that
I don't think the run game's trash in that kind. I don't agree with that. Offensive line's got a job to do. That's the only way you can establish a run game.
Yeah. T-Dub, I don't think you're wrong, man. That's the thing. Like, I don't think you're wrong. And that's the thing, guys, like, as fans, because like I'm wearing an Alabama hat right now. Chris is wearing an Alabama hat. I've got an Alabama A on my shirt right now, right? Our money goes into that program. If any of you have gone to school there, I have 2 degrees from that school, right? We've given our money, ourselves to that place. Like, you have a right to be critical of what's going on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we don't have control over anything really that happens, but you have a right to be critical. You have a right to discuss, what's happening, whether you think it's right, wrong, this or that. A lot of people kind of like, you're too negative, you're too this. I'm not going to sit here and slam anybody by any means, but I will say, like, something has to change. Something has to
It's going to change
ASAP. So
I have a feeling there's already a big check in the buyout pot already.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think so.
But I know this 4-2-5 defense is not working. It's not going to work in the SEC. We've had a full season to figure it out. The same thing that happened against Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, happened again. They have got to figure something out. Seriously. And yes, Ty played an okay game. There were some mistakes. The biggest one, I think it was a 4th down, where he tried to throw it to Ryan Williams when he had, nothing but green grass in front of him. He could have picked it up on the ground. He was timid. He was scared to run. I'm not really sure what was going on with him. I feel like somebody who's been in a system for that long and has that should have that kind of maturity, should be able to handle that road environment better. I've told everybody, like, this was going to be an intimidating game. This wasn't going to be an easy environment. They were going to be loud. They were going to be doing that war chant the entire time. And they did. Their fans brought it. They absolutely brought it. I don't think Austin Mack will start next week. I don't. I think they'll stick with Ty and try to work this out. Yeah. But listen, I will challenge all of you. This, like, it sucks. This sucks. But no matter what happens the rest of the season, if you're an Alabama fan, like, stay true to that. Just stay true to the team. Support them.
Who is Big Frank? Because I appreciate him watching, but he acts like that. We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, sometimes we don't.
I don't care. The mood I'm in, I don't give a shit. I go off on everybody in the chat. I don't care.
Byron, maybe that game will be at home. Frank, I agree. Kane Womack is I agree.
He's not winning people over.
No, he's not. He's not.
Scheme is not conducive to toughness.
DeBoer is not winning anybody over.
Not yet.
No. He's got the entire state of Alabama. I mean, he's going to be getting some hate mail this week.
And we've been the biggest DeBoer supporters on this show. You can go back to the day he got hired. We've been King Kalen. We've been DeBoer pounding our fist for KD since he got hired. But he's got to do something better than this. Can't be 2-4 on the road.
He can go right back to Washington.
Can't spend games standing there the whole game with that look on his face. He looks like Shula. That's what I got when I was watching him. And Shula looked overmatched every game. He looked completely overwhelmed. And that's not but DeBoer looks like Shula did. He just And I love the guy, but it's like, coach somebody. You'd see coaches over there hollering out the defensive line when they're sitting on the bench or over there coaching up the offense or something. But Debo just, I don't know if his style is to not coach it at all during games or what.
I don't know what it is, but he's going to have to do something because it ain't going to work in the
get in the game or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way he's always done it.
He's already proved he can't beat Gus Malzahn. That was proven today. So he can't be that great of a coach.
You need to see something.
Well, look, I get it, but I mean, he's Alabama's head coach right now.
He is,
and I think that Kalen DeBoer. I don't know that Kalen DeBoer is necessarily the problem. I think that it's hard because Alabama fans want him to be more like Nick Saban, and he's not. I've been adamant that if Kalen DeBoer can make Alabama, Kalen DeBoer's Alabama, but keep Nick Saban's standard, that's more what fans want. But he has been incapable of doing that.
Well, my problem is watching him stand on the sidelines.
Dennis Franchione.
And looks like he's scared as hell.
Dennis Franchione. Billy, that's old.
I get it, Chris.
I mean, y'all can stand behind that all you want, but I want to see some damn fire.
Yes, I do too.
Mean, you know what else? I want to see these kids we're paying $2 and $3 million to not be so damn soft. That'd be nice too.
Yeah,
but
the Alabama loss is worse than number 1 Texas. Yes, absolutely.
That last touchdown Florida State scored, where he drug like 7 of our defensive players, like 8 yards for a touchdown or 6 yards. I mean, we had the whole defense on his back, and he carried us several yards into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not lobbying for a coaching change. My problem is with Kane Womack's defensive scheme. I think something's got to change there. And
when we do make stops, you can't have James Smith thinking he's Ric Flair and rolling in, dropping an elbow on somebody 3 seconds after the play is over on 3rd down.
They did make some halftime adjustments. They did, and they were working defensively. Alabama got a few stops. One of them, like Jeff just said, was kind of nullified because of a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and it helped Alabama's offense get right back into the game. And they did
defensive holding early in that game. They never showed the replay.
Yeah, they got right back in. They got right back into the game. But then the defense, and I literally texted you guys. What did I say? Now it's time for the defense to crap their pants, and that's exactly what they did. And so it's going to be hard.
Yeah. I was like, let me show some balls, and they didn't.
Yeah, I will say this. I think, and to the AA guys that made the video, like, if this doesn't get better before the season's ends, I mean, there's going to have to be some serious conversations about what the coaching staff looks like moving forward for Alabama, because our conference is too good. It's going to get better, and like I said at the start of this whole thing, at some point this is going to start impacting recruiting. And once that happens, it will snowball and get out of control really, really fast. Really fast. We're talking back in the days losing to Arkansas and stuff like that again.
Yep.
And so they've got to figure this out pretty bad. If they go 6-6, I think he would be fired. They have the most talented roster in the country. That is not an issue in Tuscaloosa.
No, it's not.
Excuse. No excuse.
But
absolutely,
everybody asking who I think should replace Kalen DeBoer. Hell, he got beat by Mike Norvell today. So with that, I'm going to watch LSU play. See y'all.
Bye, Chris. He's pissed off. I know it.
Well, Bama Nation, this pretty much went as bad as you could think, and and we got our ass kicked 6 ways to Sunday. So
yeah, hopefully it'll get better.
All we can do is come back next week and line up again.
Yeah, you guys can start putting pressure on Greg Byrne. Just start adding him on Twitter, like, "Hey, man, figure this out, fix this, because this is not okay." Like, and I agree. I see everybody saying Jeremy Pruitt, and I'm not against that 100%. That was the guy that I was hoping that they would be able to go after. Kirk Signetti. Bring Alex Galesh. Go get Alex. But keep in mind, it's got to be somebody who can recruit too, man.
Recruiting, like, just not translating the results on the field yet. We're not seeing coaching during the game. That's part of the job. We're not seeing that.
Yeah. I mean, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Alabama went to Athens and looked like a different team. They did that last season. They were up and down. But at this point, I don't have any faith in them being able to win in the SEC this year. And that's tough, man. That's a tough pill to swallow. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That sucks, because when you're like, look, I'm a fan first. Like, sometimes I'll give you guys unbiased opinions, and I'll tell you, like, this is me trying to be unbiased. But when it comes to Alabama, like, I love that school. I have 2 degrees from there. Like I said, I worked for the athletic department. I absolutely love that place. And I know, Jeff, you and I kind of had a hard time with the game today due to personal reasons. You lost your father. This is the first time you've watched a game without him. I lost my mom back in February. First time I watched a game without her. And it just sucks, man. And so it is heart-wrenching. And I'm a fan first. So sometimes, like, if I'm trying to get hype for a game and talk about the game, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be supportive of the team because I am a fan of the team. Right? Being negative all the time doesn't do anybody any justice. But when it gets to a certain point, like it does today, I mean, something has to change. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't know what that is. The line play on both sides of the ball were terrible. I do agree that Ty Simpson, the moment looked too big for him. Like, he did okay.
He wasn't awful, but he whiffed a lot.
I guess disrespect was addressed. It was not.
No,
maybe on the other side. I think FSU felt disrespected for the playoff scuff a couple of years ago, and that they addressed that. I think
they probably felt disrespected being a 2-touchdown underdog. Yeah, it was a tough environment. It was loud, and we're up there. Yeah,
that's a good point. Somebody was getting it this year. Somebody was getting it, man. So I'm assuming you're saying. I mean, look. That was a team coming off. That was a team that had absolutely nothing to lose, and that was the best game I've seen FSU play in obviously a full season. But man, that is not. That's a completely different looking team than the 2024 team. Gus Malzahn was like Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell definitely went out there and did the right thing. I mean, he made the right decisions in getting Gus Malzahn, that D coordinator.
Florida State on defense reminded me of that way Alabama used to play defense. Fast, physical. I mean, they were playing physical. They were knocking people's blocks off.
Swarming the ball. And how many guys?
That's what Alabama used to do defensively, was swarm, fly to the ball, unload, punish. And we haven't seen that. I don't know if it's. I don't know. This defensive philosophy may not be long for this.
Yeah, I like it, Frank. Being positive.
You're right, Frank. And like Frank said earlier, that just because you don't see DeBoer coaching doesn't mean he's not coaching. But my point is, literally every single time they cut to DeBoer, you don't even catch him in a coaching moment. It's like, how can every single time the camera cuts to him, 100% of the time, he's got the same look, doing the same thing. It's like at some point, maybe one time they'll cut to him and you'll see him talking to somebody or over there talking to the offensive line or over there talking to the offense or something. But they cut to him and he's got that look on it that, get some sunglasses because, he's squinting all the time. Get some sunglasses and get in the game.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway.
Well, Frank, what he's saying is that he needs him to be on the sideline coaching, not just.
I'd like to see something from him.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. And a lot of times when you see Coach DeBoer, that's what you're getting. You're getting him.
Maybe his style is not to talk to players during the game or to coach up during the game. But I just, James Smith rolls in there and drops an elbow for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that costs us a huge third down. You don't see anybody getting on to him. Before you do that, come off the field, you're getting your ass run up and down. Yeah. But not a word from anybody. And it's like, do you understand how critical that was?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Frank. Maybe that's how he's always been.
Oh, well, yeah, he has.
But Frank, maybe he's always coached like that. He's never once done that. So if that's the case, let him do him.
Like, I'm sure he can pop off. I'm sure he pops off. And I don't know, but in the moment, I mean, he's not doing any. It doesn't look like he's doing any active coaching, but
that's true.
That's
true. But maybe he is. I mean, what I can't see, I don't know. So I'm just saying what I see. I say what I see. So what I see, it doesn't look like he's doing anything during a game, but obviously he's doing something. But I want to see him throw a clipboard down or something. Just show us some emotion. Like, are you in the game or not? But that's true. That may not be his style. So.
Look, I can't.
I agree with Frank. I want it to be him.
Yeah. There's one person in the comment section, and I can't put your comments up on the screen because of your username. You know who you are. Initials DT. And you just asked the question.
Race car driver.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Screw it. We're putting it up.
There. See, that's him.
I'm done with the season, and it's week 1.
That's it.
That is him. That's crazy. I've never been really big into NASCAR. So, look, man. I would say give it a couple more weeks and see how it goes and see if something changes. It's okay to not expect it. It's okay to not be excited. It's okay to be upset and frustrated with it. That's fine. I
hope you're upset and frustrated. If you're not, your expectations are too low. If you're not upset and frustrated by that performance, you should expect better from Alabama. Their level of talent. And the level of playmakers they have. And they have a great staff. Womack is not winning many people over right now, but they have a good staff. So the offensive ineptitude there's not really an excuse for that today. Yeah. That should not have happened.
Yeah. This is a good question. I didn't see anybody. Question. I didn't see anybody that looked better, that looked more improved. I think Ty Simpson being able to kind of push the ball downfield at points looked a little better, but that's really it. Jeremy Bernard did exactly what I said he was going to do. He's Mr. Reliable. Outside of that, man, the linebacking group looked slow. The defensive line did exactly what they did last year. Over pursuing a lot of that. The secondary looked worse, which is extremely surprising because that's all we've heard out of fall is how good the secondary is going to be. It's extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. Now, who knows, man? Maybe we're talking about a legitimate national championship caliber FSU team here. I don't know. You don't know because it's such a different team than it was in 2024. They've got 40 plus new guys on this team, brand new coaching staff outside of Mike Norvell. But it's frustrating because Mike Norvell did exactly what needed to be done to fix the problems they had last year, and Kalen DeBoer did not. And that is incredibly frustrating to watch. Incredibly. So,
that's why preseason rankings and all that is all fluff because nobody's the same as last year. Texas, number one team in the nation. They were an underdog. How does the number one team in the nation an underdog?
Yeah, this Alabama team was not the number one team in the country.
No,
was not the number one.
We weren't the number 8 team in the country.
Or that's what I meant to say, number 8. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's because you had just brought up Texas, and I don't feel
so. The rankings are fluff until these games start getting played. And you actually see what you got, then you can start deciding what teams should be ranked where. But clearly we're not the 8th best team in the country. At least not playing like we did today. We just did not look ready.
No, Harlan, you're not wrong, baby. You're not wrong. Like, yes, even if it is a championship caliber team, we should have played competitive, and we did not.
Yeah, I agree.
My point is just my point in saying that about FSU is that it kind of illustrates the failure of the coaching staff to do what they were supposed to do in the offseason, which was fix the problems. Mike Norvell was able to do that. Obviously, we'll see how Florida State runs it out the rest of the season. Mike Norvell was able to do that and prepare his guys and use where they failed last season to motivate them, obviously, at least for this one game. I didn't see that from Alabama. I did not see that. And I didn't see the improvement in the wide receiving group. I didn't see the improvement in the offensive line. I did not see the improvement in the pass rush. And that's concerning. That is very, very hard thing to watch because we're used to Alabama being so dominant at all these position groups. And not just that, we were, kind of coaxed in by, again, all the people who had access to Alabama this fall, talking about how good they were going to be. And so you get excited and you kind of build up your hope and things like that. And it didn't happen, man. And Alabama is lacking some dudes. And so, but what I'm saying is, as well, on the flip side of that coin is, don't jump off the ship just yet. Let's see how they progress. Alabama was incredibly bipolar last year. I would imagine that will probably be the case this year too. They do have some time to kind of fix some things, but the problem is there's a lot that needs to be fixed.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes.
Yes,
Joe Tessitore is the worst to have to listen to their game.
Yeah, he does that every game.
He is brutal.
Yeah, and he's
freaking
really
brutal.
Loud. He's really loud. I'm sick. And I was working on kind of a headache during the game. I literally had to turn it down because he's just hollering the entire game.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's true. We definitely.
I don't want to. I don't want to defend him, Jeff, but at the same time, I mean, it's kind of exciting, and they've got to make it exciting. But when you're on the other side of that, it sucks to hear.
Not every single play. In the second quarter of a 3-yard run to make it 2nd and 7 isn't worth almost coming out of your shirt.
Yeah. Something that may come out of this is Alabama. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry. Alabama may look at their scheduling differently in the future. I mean, you've got guys opening up against Marshall and Long Island University and stuff this weekend. Alabama goes on the road to FSU. I have an issue with going on the road for your first home game. That's tough. That is extremely tough because not only are you having to deal with everything that comes along with a road game, there's all these little hiccups because you don't have the procedure in place. It's not running like a smooth machine yet. And so head coach is worried about all these other things on the itinerary, all these other logistical things instead of being able to focus on their job. I don't like the idea of playing on the road first game of the season at all. I think that needs to change. And that goes, that kind of goes back to what we're saying about there was no rhythm anywhere on the field for Alabama. And
we had to burn a timeout on defense in the first quarter. Like that, when the last time you saw that?
Reuben Foster wants to fire Kalen DeBoer.
If that's the real Reuben Foster, DM me and we'll get you on the show.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if you are,
that's Reuben Foster.
Yeah, Jimbo, it's what I saw today. I can't argue with you, man. And I'm not going.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Was I feel like there was a lack of effort. There wasn't any fire on the team. I thought we would look like Florida State's emotions. Florida State looked like from the get-go they were ready to explode.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that we would get some of that emotion or some of that us against the world mentality really explode out, and we just didn't have it today.
Yeah, you're right here, and I've been beating that drum for the past week about how good Kalen DeBoer has been everywhere in his second year, and it's looking like that may not hold true this year. We'll see how the season pans out as we go, but
I mean, I think
you're right, Tim.
Didn't you lose
you don't disagree.
at Washington and then win like 10 in a row or something like that his first year at Washington or whenever? I thought he lost one and then won a bunch in a row. Maybe this is how it's going to go. Maybe we need a wake-up call and we'll turn it around here. But
but the other problem is that you're going to play at least 3 teams who are going to do the exact same thing to you offensively. And Alabama cannot stop it. Kane Womack's defense doesn't stop it, and that is the new hill I will die on. It's not a knock against Kane Womack. It just doesn't work. And you're talking the first game of the season. The blueprint has been laid on what you need to do to just really control and dominate Alabama. And now everybody has access to that the rest of the season. And there are going to be several teams who can replicate what FSU did today, and that's a problem. Lenore Sellers is going to be one of them.
We're going to have to do
Jackson
something.
Arnold, yeah,
we're going to have to get something fixed.
It's going to be a problem, man. Going to be a problem. But all right, I think I'm with Chris. I'm going to go watch this LSU Clemson game, and then I'm going to get some meds in my system and probably go to bed, dude. I don't feel good. So, guys, listen. Don't throw in the towel just yet. Hang in there. I feel everything you're feeling. Jeff feels everything you're feeling. I promise. It's going to be. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. You're right. It was laid last year, and that's exactly what FSU used to play today. Let's see where this guy Mike said. See you next season. It sucks. It is disappointing. We'll see. We'll see what happens and what Alabama's made of in the next couple of weeks. You've got Wisconsin coming to town. They go to Georgia. Neither one of those. The Wisconsin game doesn't look like a sure thing anymore. You go to South Carolina. You're going to Missouri. That doesn't look like a sure thing anymore. LSU coming to town, depending on how they look. Yeah, it's hard.
Well, we got things to clean up before then, so hopefully.
Yeah, we did. We'll see what happens. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you haven't, please like, subscribe. Got a ton of stuff coming up. Got some recruiting news we'll be talking about. I know right now it seems like you don't want to follow Alabama content. I get it, but things at some point in time will turn around. Everything works on a curve. I promise. So
it does.
If you do leave for a while and come back, we'll welcome you with open arms because you guys are fantastic and we love you. So thanks for sticking around with us. We'll have some stuff coming out tomorrow, and we will see you. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Okay.
Roll Tide still.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll Tide, everybody.